So what are we going to get into today? Well, I've been making some modifications to my mash tun. I just want more options. So I guess the first option we put on this mash tun was the heat belt. It works fantastic. Got a good deal with that. But I've been working on a recirculation system for this mash tun for quite a while now, and I think it's about done. Okay, I think it's going to be good. But first things first. Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. Hey, one quick bit of homework. Please hit that subscribe button down there. That really helps us out, and I sure do appreciate it. Okay, so now let's get started. So, what are the goals of a recirculating system? Well, the main goal is precise temperature control. I have tried this out once and it works fantastic. I couldn't believe how well it did. And you'll see that coming up in the near future. Even heat distribution. The little bit of problem I had with the heat belt, it gets warmer on the outside and it takes time for it to get to the inside, and you keep stirring, which it does fine, and it really helps out a lot. So that is a nice thing about the heat belt. And the next thing would be, if you're making beer, there's some beers out there that use step mash. You bring it up to a certain temperature, and for so long, then you bring it up to another temperature for so long. It just is for the styles of beer. Okay. So what I wanted to do is, let me bring the camera over and I'll show you what I got, and then we'll talk about it. All right, let's start with the mash tun first. This is a mash tun you've seen many times. Okay, so you got a mash tun and you got the mesh basket on the inside. All right, so you have your grains and all in there. Okay, so then let me step back. Okay, so like I said, you got your mash tun here, you got a ball valve here, you got a hose that will bring your wort into this pump. Okay, and then I can adjust the flow out of the pump right here, and then the wort will come through this hose into my rims tube. Okay, and if you don't know what a rims tube is, it has a heating element in this half, and in the other half you have a temperature well, and it's going to measure the temperature of that wort that's coming through, and then after that the wort will come out this hose to the top of the mash tun. And if you notice, in the top of the mash tun there is a fitting with holes drilled in that, and it will spray on top of the mash, on top of the grains, and then they will filter through the grains back to the bottom and back around and around and around it goes. Okay, very simple. Okay, so how do we control the temperature? All right, I built a new controller. I put everything in one. Okay, so I got a PID. The PID's right here, and I can set the temperature I want. So, like the last beer I made, the temperature was 153 degrees. I set that there, which is checking the temperature up there on the end, and this will control the heating element in the end of the rims tube, and you just plug this heating element into this plug right here. Okay, so that is your PID control, and what it does is it maintains that temperature for as long as you need it to. Okay, so but like I said, I put everything in one unit now. So what else we got on this control panel? On this control panel, I got PID on this half, and this half is the SCR switch. So you can adjust the temperature or the amount of energy that you're putting into a heating element. I like to use this on my still. Okay. right, so let's go down the switches I got on here. Okay, this is the master switch on and off. This here is I'm able to select SCR or PID. So whatever I'm using, you can only use one at a time. This here turns the pump on and off, right there. Then you come down here, and this is your SCR switch. If I want to kill the power going to the element and leave this on, that's what this switch does. It just kills the power to the element. This is a AC voltmeter and amp meter, right? And then this is how you adjust. Over on the PID side, same thing. You got the controller. I can kill the power going to the PID plug. And this is, of course, temperature probe. All right, it seems to work very well. I'm happy with it. And I've used it on beer, but I haven't used it on like a corn base yet. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so let me put the camera back up and I'll be back. Okay, so this is our recirculation system. One thing I didn't show you is that everything on the recirculate, it's easy to get off, so you can clean it and drain it for the winter time to make sure everything's out. And one thing I did not show you is, and it was important, how did I miss that? Okay, let me tilt the camera down and show you. So the rims tube, you can just pop these bungees off, and this whole thing will come out so that you can clean it and be able to drain it in the winter time. Okay, now one thing I did put on here too is a plate chiller, where say I want to chill what down, I can move this hose to there, and then I have my cooling water going here and here, and I can chill whatever I want to chill down pretty fast, be honest with you. So that's just an option. But like I said, everything is removable pretty fast and easy, except for the pump. It's screwed down tight. Okay. One thing that I wanted to describe to everybody, because a lot of times people want to know where parts come from. And I got a laundry list of parts. Of course, this pot, it came from Northern Brewer. All right. So we got that. The heat belt that I got on the mash tun, it came from off of Amazon. So what else did I get off of Amazon? I bought the pump off of Amazon. Switches and plugs and all that, and the PID and the SCRs, which they all came from Amazon. All the hardware, like the fittings and all that stuff, that came from a company called Brewers Hardware. You look them up online, Brewers Hardware. They got just about any kind of fitting and stainless steel fitting, all kind of neat stuff like that. And I think I even got the rims tube itself from Brewers Hardware. Fantastic people. You order it and they ship it ASAP and you get it right away. So that's where everything comes from. They even got the hose and all that stuff came from them. So great people. Alrighty, and then that's it. Okay. What do I got to say? All right, I have used, I think I did say it before, but I did use it once and it worked out fantastic. And actually my numbers, my starting gravity numbers went up a little higher than normal, which I don't know if we got a little bit better conversion because we were dead on the money. I made a beer and the money, it was dead on the money on temperature. So I think temperature is a big thing. It was easy, and it was fairly easy to clean. You know, that's always a big deal, you know, cleaning up afterwards. It was fairly easy. I haven't used it on like a bourbon mash yet. I'm looking forward to that, and when I do, you all will get to see what goes on. So, but overall, I'm very happy with it. Did I come up with the idea? Of course not. It's rims, tubes, and recirculation has been around, but you know me, I just like to build my own thing. And I was very happy with that. Okay, so I'm looking forward to trying it out with a bourbon with you guys. And so when that happens, I will make sure you find out. So I guess the last thing I got to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Stillworks and Brewing. Cheers, everybody.